basketball!
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Good Morning Let's Basketball. We appreciate you guys tuning in. At the time of this recording, this is our first recording of 2024. We appreciate all the love and support that we received in 2023, and we have a new goal set for ourselves by the end of the year, and that is to reach 2,000 subscribers. Very accomplishable, lofty goal, but with your guys' love and support, we believe we can do it, so don't be afraid to subscribe. Don't forget to like the videos and share them with a buddy. Also, if you didn't catch our video last week, we had MTP basketball on our channel, joined us on our pod. So make sure you guys go check out that video and subscribe to his channel. That'll be linked in the description down below. Starting off the new year on the right note, we got a very special intro topic this year, and that is GMLB's first ever NBA player spelling bee. The way it's going to go is I'm going to be hosting it, give Vic a chance to participate in the games for once. I got a list of 12 players' names. As we go, it'll get harder. Vic is going to start us off, then it's going to go Daniel, then it's going to go Miles. Without further ado, let's do it. Round one's a little easy. You know, I want you guys to have a little bit of confidence going into this, go further, because it's going to get difficult. So round one's going to be a little easy. Don't get too cocky. But for some of y'all, it could be hard. I don't know what your spelling skills are like, so we're going to see.
I feel like I'm going to get fucked.
Me too.
So, Victor, your first player to spell is Tyler Hero.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah,
player-
he's been sitting on that joke for a minute, bro.
Yeah. The player you have to spell is Tyler Hero.
Thank you. Tyler Hero. Tylerherro. Tyler Hero.
You are incorrect. Since these are nouns, we have to capitalize the names. I'm just playing. We're not going to be that picky about it. Correct. Victor did spell Tyler Hero correctly. Congratulations. Up next is Daniel. Daniel, your word.
Some fucked up shit.
Daniel, your word to spell, or player, as I should say, is Kobe White.
Ooh. Ooh. That's an
All right.
interesting one.
Kobe White. COBYWHITE.
That is correct.
Ah, shit. I would have
That
spelled
is
that
correct.
wrong. For some reason, I thought Kobe had an L in it. I'm tripping.
What? Where's
Kobe,
the L?
like the cheese.
I don't know, bro.
God damn.
For some reason,
maybe he
Hey.
was right. Maybe he is.
Dude, I'm gonna get fucked, dude. Oh no.
Okay.
Hey, what's that one meme? It's like, where do you hear the E? Right there in the middle?
In the middle.
In the
Spell
middle.
BMW. EEW.
Spell BMW.
E-E-W.
Where do you hear an E? Where do you hear the E?
The first, in the middle, first word.
Miles,
Oh no.
to conclude round one, your player to spell is Dallas's very own Luka Doncic.
All right. Luka space DONCIC. And one of those letters has the slash on top. I don't know which one.
Luka Doncic was spelled correctly, but
Fuck, dude. I was
do not
tweaking.
forget to re-say the word before you spell it and then re-say it after.
Okay.
I ain't letting no more shit slide after this.
Why though? What's the point of that?
We're following suit. We have to follow.
Because that's how spelling bees go.
Yep.
Honestly, low key, my mic cut out when you were giving those directions, so I probably just missed that. But bet I'll listen, sir.
Moving on to round two. A little more difficult, but these names, they're definitely spellable, but you have to think about it a little bit. Starting off with Victor. Your player to spell is Paulo Banchero.
Ooh.
All right. Paulo Banchero. PAOLOBANCHERO. Paulo Banchero.
Paulo Banchero was spelled correctly by Victor.
Wow. Well, I would have spelled that one wrong too. I thought it was BO for some reason, not BA.
Moving on to Daniel. Daniel, your word to spell is the unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, that's a gimme, bro. You have to get this.
All right. Kristaps
What's he
Porzingis.
looking at, by the way? Look at the camera, bro.
Sorry. Okay.
What you looking at?
Okay. I was looking at the ground, but I was also just looking at my water. So
Drinks
motherfucker
water
looking
nervously.
up
You looked like you were
names.
writing something.
No, sorry. It wasn't what I was. Hands up. Swear to God. Kristaps Porzingis. K.
What is he
R-
looking at, bro?
I'm-
Look at the camera.
I'm not looking at anything.
Just look
I
at
don't
the
know.
camera.
All right, I'll have to do it like this. No,
No,
I'm just
look
kidding.
at the camera.
All right, I'm looking at the camera. I was trying to close my eyes, but no.
You have 10
Okay.
seconds.
All right, Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps. Kristaps Porzingis.
That is incorrect.
Oh fuck. Oh no.
You spelled Porzingis wrong. Instead of Porzingas, it is Porzingis.
Dang.
You spelled
What?
Kristaps Porzingis. So that's one check mark for Daniel.
Damn.
Damn.
Moving on to Miles to close out round 2 of the GMLP pod spelling bee. Miles, your player to spell the big man in LA, Ivica Zubac. Ivica Zubac.
We
Fuck.
fucking got him.
Oh my god.
Very spellable. Very
I
spellable.
I know. Ivica is so weird. Oh,
The first names are the ones that are kind of the dark horses right now. I'm surprised.
literally, bro. For some reason, I did not expect first names in this. I was just thinking last names, but fuck. All right. Ivica Subats. I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna go IVICA space ZUBAC. That's it. Fuck.
That is correct.
No way. Fuck. Let's fucking go, dude. I was so scared.
Wait, am I the only one with a check mark right now?
Yes, you're the only one
I
that
mean-
has missed so far.
Hey, Miles forgot to say Ivica Zubac at the end again.
Hey, stop trying to take my moment, bro. That was big for me.
All right.
You get one more
Mo-
penalty.
Moving on to round 3. It's where it's going to get a little bit tricky. Off to Victor. Victor, your NBA player to spell is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Bro, he knows
Hey,
this one.
Let's
He practiced.
go.
He practiced this, bro. Fuck.
No, I've known this one for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo. GIANNISANTETOKOUNMPO. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The Greek freak has been spelled correctly.
Wow.
Bro, I told you I'm
That
a big
was
Giannis
a
fan.
give me, bro. That was a give me for him. He knows that shit. When we were talking about the spelling bee, he spelled it out for me, and he just got it in the contest. That's crazy. Fuck.
Moving on to Daniel.
Let's go, D.
Daniel, your NBA player to spell is Luke Mbamute.
Oh, that's a give me. That's a give me.
Could you repeat it again?
Luke Mbamute.
2K legend.
All right, Luke. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need some fucking help on this one, like in terms of repeating the name. But
From who?
Luke Mbadamente or whatever the fuck his name is.
You don't even know how
How
to
you-
say it.
Yeah, bro.
Mbamute.
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 Let me get a crack at it after Daniel before you give the answer.
And the first name is Luke, so it's Luke Luke. I'm gonna go with EM. Can I get a repeat on the last name again?
Mbamute.
BAAMUTA. That took way too long. I guess it's wrong.
Let me get a crack.
It was a tragedy from the start. Daniel, you're incorrect.
Bro,
Was it
I
an
was
A?
not. I was not expecting you to put that in there, bro. That threw me.
All right. Luke Mbah is going to be LucMbahAmoute.
That is correct.
Let's fucking go, bro. All
But
right,
you have a
yeah, it
you went
didn't
off the
count
hook.
though. That didn't count though. I just wanted to flex that I knew how to spell that one.
moving on to the third contestant. Miles, your NBA player to spell is Jonas Valanciunas.
All right, I'll go Jonas Valanciunas. Jonas for Jonas. Valenciunas. Jonas Valanciunas.
That is incorrect.
Fuck. Damn it.
Let's
You
go.
You spelled Valanciunas wrong. It is Valanciunas. You said En.
Damn. Was that
Very
the
close.
was
Very
that the
close.
third round? Was that our third round?
Third round. We have one more round left.
Okay.
Oh shit! Damn, I celebrated too early.
Yeah, bro. For a minute I thought Victor won, but I guess we got one more. Fuck it. Let's go.
Moving on to round 4. 3 NBA legends I have
Oh.
picked.
I like that.
Not really, but they are in my opinion.
Who's getting Dirk?
Nobody. All right, Vic, your NBA player to spell in this final round to keep your streak alive is the big man from Cleveland, Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Shit, the first name, bro. The first name. I have no
Uh,
idea.
Oh man.
Wow.
Bro,
Is
how
that
do you
even
say
how
his
you
name
say
again?
the first name? Kev, is that
Yeah.
how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's how they pronounce it in 2K and in the NBA. They probably didn't say it correctly, but how we pronounce it is probably like a better way for you to like be able to spell it than how it's actually pronounced.
You
Mhm.
say it again.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Zydranouskos.
You are incorrect. Zydrunas Ilgauskas is spelled Zydrunas That's a tough one.
Wait, it's KS. It's not KAS.
KAS. I thought that's what I said. Did I say KS?
Oh, yeah, you said KS, but KAS. I got it. My bad.
Regardless, he shot the bucket.
I'm using my chalkboard for this one, so get
I
ready.
choked, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel.
Back
moving
to
on
hosting,
to
Victor. If I take this home right now.
moving on to contestant number 2, which is Daniel. Daniel, your NBA player to spell is Wally Szczerbiak.
Ooh. Damn.
You can't write stuff out on spelling bees.
Oh shit!
It's a spelling bee. It ain't a fucking writing bee.
Who has to put the whiteboard
We're not,
back?
this isn't a timetable in elementary school. Put the board down. Spell it with your words in your mouth. Pause.
I'm lost. I
right.
didn't know how to spell either of those.
All right. Can I get one more repeat on his name?
Wally Szczerbiak.
I'm gonna go with Wally being spelled WALLISUZERBIAC.
I've never heard Wally be spelled without a Y or an IE on the end. Bro spelled it with just
That is
Horribly
incorrect.
incorrect.
Wally Szczerbiak is spelled WALLY Szczerbiak.
Bro had your name from the start. That's crazy. Holy shit.
Okay. Now, to close out the final round of GMLB's NBA player spelling bee is Miles,
Sweating.
contestant number 3.
Sweating.
Miles, your player to spell is Nemanja Bjelica.
It's over, bro. I didn't even know what I honestly didn't even know what his fucking first name was. Didn't you see these guys were legends, bro? This ain't no fucking legend.
I said to me they were. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Nemanja, is that the first name?
That is.
Nemanja. Nemay. No. I'm sorry. Nemanja. What is it? Nemanja? Nemanja Bjelica. Nemay. Na. Bjelica. Beilitza. I don't fucking know, dude.
That is incorrect.
Was it even
Nemanja
close?
Bjelica. In some parts. Nemanja Bjelica is spelled Nemanja
You know, since we're having a good ass time, can you give us the tiebreaker name and see if any of us could get it?
I did have a bonus one.
Hey, I won, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did believe Victor won, but we do have a bonus one. I'm going to see if any of you guys can spell it. So I'm going to say the name, and then you three are each going to take turns spelling it, and I'll say who was right. I picked this name because I never heard of this guy before.
Well, it's
So-
it's chalked.
It's really not. It's very doable. So the final name for you all to spell is Thomas Neuschwanter.
What? What is it?
Thomas Neuschwanter.
All right,
Dude,
wait.
I don't fucking know.
Is
Would
it
like to go
Thomas?
first.
Is it Thomas or the way you said it the second time?
Thomas.
Thomas Nutcracker? What?
Douche. What is it? Neuschwanker?
Neuschwanter.
Vonter or Wanter or Vonter?
It's not your turn, bro. Don't worry about it yet.
All right, I think I got it. Thomas Neuschwanter. ThomasNuetzWanter. Thomas Neuschwanter.
Contestant number 2, go ahead and give your spelling.
He's not gonna say if it was right.
ThomasNeusch. I can't tell if he said Wanter or Vonter. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm getting this wrong anyway, so I guess I'll just do Vanter.
All right.
Contestant number 3.
I'm gonna go Thomas. Can you say it one more time for me, host?
Thomas Neuschwanter.
Thomas Neuschwanter. ThomasNeuschwanter.
Bro spelled it exactly like me, just with the W instead of the V. I am heated, but we're still not right.
Final results. Victor, you spelled it incorrectly.
Oh, dude, I thought you were about to say he was right. I was like,
Yeah.
no fucking way.
I was about to say, bro.
Miles, you spelled it correctly.
What?
You're fucking me,
Let's
bro.
fucking go.
Daniel
How did I-
was
Bro,
Go.
this close, Daniel.
Bro.
This close. You were right
Are
there.
you kidding me?
Holy fuck, let's
I'm
go.
not kidding you.
Let's fucking go.
That's why I kept asking Vonter or Wanter because I couldn't tell. But I
I
knew it was
said
one
it.
of those names where they do it like that. Fucking the Neusch, fucking new.
Damn, bro. Damn, why you have to give me Bjelica, bro? But you give Victor Giannis. Damn.
You're talking. You're one to talk. He gave
Hey.
the second spot fucking hell.
And I got
I-
Luke Mbamute, bro.
Hey,
Fuck.
I said from the beginning, I have the list of players in this order. Y'all pick your order.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't say you fucked me over. I said whoever
You
number
did.
two was gonna
You
get
did
number
say that
two.
though. You said you gave the second person hell.
Oh, you did.
You-
Yeah, you did give the second person hell. Whoever had the number two spot was gonna get a fucking hard one. Apparently not Miles though, because you knew that one.
Sure.
Victor, would you have
All
known
right.
the second one or the third one that I got?
So Zerbiak, I would have
Ooh,
never
Are you
gotten.
talking about the Luke Mamba? The which one? The Luke Mamba?
Yeah, the
Oh my
one
God.
you can't even say either. That one.
Yeah, I couldn't even say it for a second.
He said the Luke and Baba.
GG's all around. Congratulations, Victor. You don't have to go back to being host now since you took this one home. If you made it this far into the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Our goal for 2024 is to hit 2,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year. We appreciate everyone tuning in every week. If you're on Apple or Spotify, make sure to rate and review. It helps us out tremendously, and we have our own personal goals on there as well. So we appreciate everyone being here and spending the time with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Moving on to our second topic of discussion today. Very interesting one that really caught me by surprise. I know it did you guys as well. Draymond Green recently reinstated. He is back practicing with the Warriors and should make his return to the court soon. Fucking heard sirens, hazard signs everywhere. He's coming back. But in his time that he had away after slapping Yusuf Nurkic in the face, he contemplated retirement. But Adam Silver, being the man he is, really talked Draymond Green out of it. He seemed pretty serious about retiring just because of everything he was going through. And, I saw he was on a podcast the other day and he had some words for KD when KD said, I hope that dude gets the help he needs. And seeing him talk about it, he was like, he really pisses me off. He might not be in the right headspace yet, just seeing how angry he was talking about that. But, I don't really think KD said anything crazy. But what do we think about Draymond Green possibly even contemplating retirement? Because he seemed pretty sure about it. He told Adam Silver, I'm going to retire. And Adam Silver said, I'm not going to let you do that. What do you think about Draymond Green possibly hitting the showers for good after this incident?
One thing I did want to just clarify, I don't know if you guys had seen it, that it like kind of just came out, I think today, but KD kind of pulled back a lot of those comments. He just basically said that it was that he didn't know the information at hand and that he doesn't really stand on what he said pretty much, but still doesn't take away from the fact that he did say it and that Draymond did react poorly to it. But I'll let somebody else go first.
So the first thing I want to say is listening to what Draymond had to say. One of the things I agreed with his explanation of the whole situation was Adam Silver and how lucky he is to be in a league with a commissioner that's that caring for his players and truly wants to see them succeed and not punish them, similar to like what David Stern would do back in the day. But pretty sure Draymond would be for sure out for the season if David Stern was the commissioner. But I do really like that Adam Silver is for the players. Do I necessarily agree with allowing him to come back so early? No. But it's really refreshing to see like a modernized style of commissioner that will go the extra mile. But one thing I did want to mention is the indefinite suspension really, I don't think holds a lot of weight at this point in time, as we saw with John Morant's indefinite suspension. It's just like indefinite is just a placeholder for it. It almost seems like they place that indefinite description on players just till the hype dies down around the situation, and then they get to reinstate them. And at this point in time, Draymond has less of an official game suspension, less or the same. I know it's not more. He has less or the same for fucking throwing a haymaker at Yusuf Nurkic than he did for Rudy Gobert's chokehold. So there was no extra game suspended after the indefinite definition was put up. And I think that's crazy because a repeat offense should not be allowed to be any less or the same as the previous offense, the punishment, if that makes sense. I don't know if I worded that great, but he should be punished more, is what I'm saying.
I feel like just with Draymond, like with his history in the league and stuff like that, I think that's why I didn't go too harsh on his punishment.
Do you
I
really
just feel like that's
think?
kind of
Do you really
backwards, though.
think his status is enough to to like defend? You know, like
I feel
this
like
man,
it,
this man punched Poole in the face, stomped Sabonis's chest, put Rudy Gobert in a headlock for no reason, consistently is top 5 in the league in technical fouls, and literally just punched Yusuf Nurkic in the face. These are like all in the span of like 1 year, pretty much. Like,
And he
and
kicks
these are all in the span of 2 seasons.
and he
Like,
kicked Steven Adams in the nuts twice
and LeBron.
yeah.
in the same playoff series. And don't forget that year that the Warriors went 73-9, Draymond missed a game in that final series because he had way too many technical fouls in the postseason.
Like, I fuck the status, bro. Fuck Draymond's status. We've talked on this podcast that he's not even like yes, he's gonna be a for sure Hall of Famer, but the fact that it's like slightly debatable, like if you can debate whether or not this guy should go in the Hall of Fame, then his status is not enough to rectify what he's done. You know what I mean? Like to just like brush that under the rug. Like, bro, this last offense, I thought it was pretty much done with Rudy Gobert. I thought that was way too far, but then he went out and punched Nurkic. Like, come on. I'm not even trying to hate, bro, but like objectively, that's a lot of fucking offenses and very major ones for a non-contact sport.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, now that he's put it out there like that, like how many he's done, made me realize, like, yeah, it has been a lot over the past 2 seasons. One thing that Draymond also said was that he was talking with Steve Kerr when the incident first happened, and they like shared an emotional moment, crying together in the yard. And he was saying like basically it just like was too much for him. Everything came together, but it's kind of crazy seeing how the Warriors season has been going thus far. There's just been a lot of like problems. It seems like I definitely did not expect this to be coming throughout the Warriors, but it is nice that Draymond and Adam Silver got to talk, and Adam Silver talked them out of retirement. I mean, I think that's a good thing to see from a commissioner, that he cares for these players and that he wants the NBA to be successful. He wants the players to be like, they ultimately, like, you want to be in a good work environment where you're respected and stuff like that. So I think that's great that Adam Silver's doing that.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Respect to Adam Silver for talking about a retirement. Retirement was definitely a brash decision, as they said.
I mean, I'm not gonna, spit back pretty much the same thing that you guys said. I agree with all the points. I do like that Adam Silver is a very hands-on commish. It just sucks that it's with this player. Honestly, when I got the news that Draymond was contemplating retiring, I didn't really give a damn, and I felt like a lot of people really shouldn't care that much. Like I can't imagine that anyone's going to be heartbroken over not seeing Draymond Green play basketball in the NBA anymore. I mean, I hardly notice him now. I'm the biggest advocate for the role that he plays for that team. He's definitely one of the reasons why they have 4 championships. But he, again, I just when he said that, I was just like, okay, bye. I mean, if he retired tomorrow, that team is still in the same position that they were in when he was on the team, which is shit. Things need to be done on the Warriors to just make that team overall better, and they don't need Draymond anymore. So yeah, I just wasn't really surprised by him saying that. I guess that's a lie. I was surprised just because it seemed a little whiny at the same time, right? You get like Miles said, he's lucky he didn't get worse. I mean, even before this incident happened, I remember telling Kevin, like, Kevin, you really think it's only going to be 2 or 3 weeks? And Kevin was like, yeah, if that. And I didn't believe him at all, because I was like, no way that after habitually doing this, Draymond's going to get away with it again. And he did. And even after all that, he's still contemplating, taking his chips home and running away back to his house with his ball. Like, it just, it seems whiny. I didn't love it, but again, I do like that Adam Silver cares about the NBA players. I just wish that he didn't have to beg Draymond Green to play basketball because that's just a wasted effort.
It's crazy that like he's considering retirement because all of this is too much, but he literally brought all of it upon himself. You know, these are like his just outrageously violent actions for a normal basketball game. And he gets punished for it, and then it's too much, you know. And like you said, I'm also a pretty big advocate for Draymond. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I do respect what he does and what he did during their dynasty. But I mean, at a certain point, man, you just got to draw the line. Like how like it's too much, but you're the one who did this to yourself. So
I also
it's
just I,
interesting.
I also just don't understand what he means by too much. Like there are players in the NBA who deal with a lot worse than getting a suspension for basically trying to kill another player. So yeah, it's I
I
don't
don't
know.
think he meant too much by like the suspension standpoint. I think he meant like he's just probably going through a tough time mentally right now.
That's what I'm saying though. That even to me is like I mean if he's got personal issues then that's a different story. But if he's talking about like it's too much right now, like the fans, the pressure of basketball specifically, I really don't see how that is there. I mean, they're having a losing season, but no one's looking at Draymond and being like, Draymond, you're the problem. Like, no one's looking to him to lead this team. So I don't really understand the pressures and the anxiety that he somehow feels. Unless, again, I said it's outside of basketball, in which case it's understandable.
That's a good point. I mean, it's the Warriors situation really isn't isn't completely Draymond's fault. Like, yeah, Draymond holds some of that weight, but a lot of it is Clay's struggles. A lot of it is the rotations. We've heard everything with Steve Kerr. Like, and Victor, I know you said it's it's mental health, but I think the suspension is the reason for the mental health because he's claimed time and time again, especially on his podcast after Nurkic said that brother needs help, that he's good, you know. And I'm pretty sure the context of that quote was because of the suspension and the backlash.
I mean, regardless of the situation that just happened, he's on his last strike. One more outlandish act, a deeper action and deeper punishment will be taking place. I think, like, I'm kind of like what we've been saying this whole time. I think he is very lucky that he got reinstated pretty early on, that he wasn't suspended a month or 3 weeks like we originally thought, 2 months, the rest of the season, whatever the case. I mean, players have gotten suspended more games for doing slightly less questionable things. Like, not to bring it up again because we always do, John Morant. He flashed a gun on his Instagram live twice and got suspended 25 games. Draymond is out there literally hurting people on the basketball court, just doing, not even playing basketball out there. He's making not basketball plays, and he was able to return much earlier than John Morant. And I feel like from the media, faced a little bit less backlash than John Morant did. Draymond got a lot of backlash from NBA players, especially the ones that he did do bullshit things to. And he did get a lot of stuff from the media too. But when John Morant was doing his stuff, like they were talking about this dude should never play in the NBA again. A lot of people were saying that. But it's kind of just weird to me how a player that's out there just doing bullshit and physically hurting other players and can affect their career is able to play again so soon.
I I agree with you. I do think that Draymond is on his final strike, but it pains me to say that because I feel like I know that I'm incorrect, and I feel like I know that we are incorrect. I vividly remember us having a conversation. I feel like after the Gobert incident of saying this dude is on his final strike, and then he did it again, and I just think that there'll come a time again when he's going to do something outlandish, and we'll be back to square one. I think what could make it worse is if he does it, later this season. Like if it happens again this season, that's really bad. If it happens next season, I think you give enough time for the fans to forget about it, and we'll have this conversation again of Draymond's hurting people. He needs to be out of the league. But yeah, no, I just hope that they do something for this. I mean, it's just too much.
I just want to propose this image into to your guys' minds and to anyone watching this video. Not to hate on Draymond, but we're talking about a guy who literally is punching other players, and he's talking about the backlash from it is too much for him and he's going to retire. Like, bro, you are physically hurting, putting other players in danger. You're going to get backlash. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Why is he playing? We're sitting here talking as if he's the victim, and he's playing the victim. Like, that's just not fair to me, man. And
I
I'm
definitely
trying to see both sides. I get it. He's like, it's a lot to take in, but bro, at the end of the day, like, you're not the victim. You got to stop playing the victim.
And that's what, just real quick, that's what I was trying to say, is that it's just, it doesn't make sense to play victim right now.
It's immature. It's like it's almost soft. It's almost shifting the situation away from like what actually happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very childish too. Like he's really not taking accountability for the actions that he's doing out there. And even after the crazy shit that he has done, from when he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts all the way up until 6-7 years later to slapping Yusuf Nurkic in the face, what does he do after all those incidents? He goes on his podcast with the shitty camera and he doesn't regret it.
He did. I heard him apologize, but it was to Steph for creating drama on the team. It,
Yeah,
it
see,
wasn't
like,
for hitting. It wasn't for hitting your Nurkic. It was for,
and then
it was to Steph.
Curry probably
and
doesn't
now
even want to hear that bullshit either.
and now all the backlash is too much. Like it's kind of screaming, "Oh my God, look at me, give me empathy."
He's running, like you said, he's running away. It seems like he's running away from accountability. He's saying, instead of taking the well-deserved hate that I have caused on myself, I'm gonna choose to run away into the sunset, and then people are only gonna be able to talk about how great I was. It's selfish and it's stupid, and it's the wrong move right now. And it 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 makes the Warrior situation worse, as if it couldn't really get worse, because that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, that team is going to have some issues moving forward.
I think before Adam Silver allows him to come back, but it looks like he's already coming back to practice and stuff. I think he should issue like Nurkic an apology at least, or and maybe even Gobert and all the other players too. It seems like he's done a lot. Like after you guys said it, I completely forgot about a lot of those incidents, and it's happened a lot, and it might continue to happen again. We'll see. I don't know.
Here's something that I'm kind of curious to hear from you guys. Do you think that there could be an element of baiting that happens now in the NBA? I mean, we know that, people flop and people purposely try to get foul calls and stuff like that. But do you guys think that there will be an element of like basically trying to push those buttons of Draymond to try to get him suspended again, or try to just push that gear? It's silly to think about, but like this dude has made some enemies in the league, and like it wouldn't be that far fetched to me to imagine, some guys wanting to stick it to him by really pushing his buttons and like really getting in this dude's head.
I think a lot of the mental trauma from him, a lot of I feel like a lot of that backlash is from players more than it is media. I think he's destroyed a lot of player relationships, and for a guy who acts like he doesn't care, and is hyping up the crowd when he gets ejected, telling the crowd to like get loud when he's walking out of the building, to now go back and say, "Oh, you know what? It's kind of getting to me now." Is something, bro. And I think that players, NBA players are a lot more mature than we think, including Draymond. Draymond, I think, is actually a pretty mature player. Just hearing him speak on his pod, but maybe not player, but person. He's a mature person, but I can see a world where they do try to press his buttons, but maybe not to get him ejected. But I do think a couple players have him on their list and want to get their get back.
Yeah, another thing too about like with Draymond, I saw something saying that they're gonna try to keep that trio of Steph, Clay, and Draymond to the summer, and if it doesn't work out, they're gonna make some serious changes. And it also seems like that they're gonna be like heavily targeting someone in the trade deadline.
I think changes definitely will be made too. Like I said, Clay struggles. Steve Kerr has been talking a lot with Clay Thompson too. He turned down that extension in the summer. I don't know if he was expecting more money with an extension or if he maybe had ideas of leaving Golden State. I think it was more so probably chasing more money just based off how Clay is, but we're going to see a lot of changes made to the Golden State team, I think, and by the trade deadline, anywhere from the trade deadline to free agency. I think we're going to see changes made, whether Clay's out, whether Draymond's out. I mean, it's no secret that they're really struggling right now. Their record's not very good. Chris Paul just went out with a broken hand. Some of the younger players are getting really frustrated. I know Jonathan Kuminga is not really happy with his role on the Warriors, and he shouldn't be, because I feel like the Warriors still focusing so much on this big three is really hurting the development of the younger pieces that they have. And the Warriors have really good younger pieces. They had Jordan Poole, but obviously we know we traded him because of the whole situation with Draymond. They have Podziemski, who's a very solid player. Jonathan Kuminga. Like, they have a lot of the young talent, but this just
Don't forget Moody.
Like,
Moody as well.
Trace Jackson.
Moody too, Trace Jackson. I think Kevon Looney's still like somewhat young. Like, he's a very solid player for the Warriors.
You
Like,
play
they
like
need
an old head though.
they need to let go of this big three. Like, they really do. It's they're not winning any more championships with this big three. I don't even think they come close.
So I think it was at the beginning of the season, we had discussed contract talk of Clay, and we had kind of all come to the agreement that, like you said, he was just basically hoping that he would play well this season and get a lot more money. And I think I was even one of the people that was like, oh no, I think he'll do good. I think he'll be fine for his contract. But during that conversation, we all agreed too, I think, or well, I didn't, but I think you guys agreed that the Warriors would be more likely to trade for Clay than they would for Draymond. Do we feel that that has changed? Do you guys think that that's the same? Are they on the same playing level now? Are they both,
No.
on the trade block? What do you guys think now?
I think Clay is going to be the one to go because they already extended Draymond, and Clay has more trade value as of right now, especially after Draymond's incidents. I don't think a lot of NBA teams are going to want that type of player, but I'm going to say Clay just because his value is much higher, and he turned down his extension, which shows he clearly wasn't happy with his offer. So that is my take.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it. I think Clay will honestly be the first to go out of that three. I say you get rid of both of them. If I'm being honest, I'm just not even being a hater. Shake it up a little bit.
Wave
It's not
Draymond.
working anymore.
I don't hate that.
Not even wait a maybe package him and Clay somewhere. Like, if you're not going to get, I don't think anyone's going to really trade for Draymond just straight up. But if you package those two somewhere, you get a few young prospects, maybe some picks. I think it 100% could work out.
Isn't Clay a free agent this year though?
He is, so they're going to have to trade him.
Yeah.
More reason to
by the
trade him.
deadline. I don't
Think-
really know what he's looking for money wise.
You want to hear my prediction of where he's going to go?
Draymond or Clay?
Clay.
Let's hear it.
Milwaukee, get ready. Bucks fans, get ready. Klay Thompson is coming. You heard it here first.
I was going to say he could probably have a solid role on a contending team that won't have to require him to do a lot. Shoot the ball. That's fucking it. Don't try to be a shot creator. We're not relying on you to be one of our best defenders because he just doesn't really play the same level of defense anymore after the injuries. If he can go to a contender, I think he can have a pretty successful rest of his career.
Did you say Milwaukee?
Yeah. Obviously, the Knicks and the Heat are always in those fucking trade rumors as well. There's going to be
Yeah.
trade rumors about them as
Well,
well. So
they're supposed to get everybody.
yeah, as always.
I see Klay Thompson in a
I'm
Celtics jersey.
kind of looking at it, bro. Brunson, Clay, OG, Randall. I kind of fuck with that, bro. Have an off-ball Clay.
Yeah. I mean, kind of bouncing into our next topic right there. We are going to be talking about the New York Knicks because I believe that they are a brand new, as if they kind of weren't before, and they kind of weren't, a brand new serious contender in the Eastern Conference. Ever since they have traded for OG Anunoby, Julius Randle is averaging 28, 8, and 3, and Brunson is averaging 27, 8, and 3 as well. Both these guys are playing at a very high level right now. I think OG does bring a lot of value to this team. I didn't think people really considered OG coming to the Knicks as taking shots away from Brunson and Randle just because, RJ Barrett was in that position before and he shoots a hell of a lot more than OG Anunoby does. And I feel like he definitely fits that team a lot better. The Knicks did need a little bit of more perimeter defense on their team. Their defense was kind of mid. Brunson being a smaller guard. I mean, he's a very solid defender, but a lot of times he can just get beat. Julius Randle, serviceable defense, and they're missing their primary shot blocker in Mitchell Robinson and have to basically try to survive with Hartenstein. So OG,
And they're surviving, bro. He's stepping
they
up.
are. He's stepping up, and they just added a top 5 perimeter defender in the league to their team. It's looking really good for New York. I was just thinking about it the other day. Like, they're playing very well. They're winning a lot of games. They're beating very good teams. I think this is a team that this team can beat the Bucks in a playoff series. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
1,000,000%.
If Randall performs, they'll have a shot.
Honestly, I think they will too if they meet. If the Knicks and Bucks meet in a playoff series, I fully believe that the Knicks would beat the Bucks. The Bucks have really been struggling. They just lost to Utah. Their defense is horrible. Their defense is so bad. It's Swiss cheese. Dame can't guard shit. Middleton can't even move laterally anymore. And Beasley's been mediocre.
He's been trying. He's been trying hard.
And their equipment manager cannot wash their jerseys.
And Giannis thinks about Halliburton during freaky time.
Hey, he's 4-1 against them this year, bro. Halliburton has Milwaukee's number. I think the Pacers would beat Milwaukee in a playoff series. I think they definitely can. It's not a crazy thing to say. 4-1 in the regular season, blowing them out, beating them at home.
I think you hold too much weight with the regular season, bro.
Saying that the Pacers have a chance at beating the Bucks is the same as saying that Knicks does. I understand that the Knicks are a better team than the Pacers, but I think that the likelihood of those two things happening is pretty much the same. That being said, I still hold out hope that the Bucks would be able to beat the Knicks, but I do understand kind of all the points that you guys are making on paper and just in general right now. They are the better team. But yeah, those two things to me mean the same thing. If the Knicks can beat the Bucks, then the Pacers could beat the Bucks too.
I don't know if I love that because the Pacers are a lot younger team than New York. The Pacers, like the Bucks, play no defense. So if the Pacers and Bucks meet in the playoffs, it's going to be who's going to outscore who and who's going to win 4 games first based off that play style. The Knicks got a lot better at defense. They're currently sitting at 6th in the Eastern Conference. They're tied with Indianapolis and Miami at 21-15. They're 7 games behind the 1 seed, which is Boston. They're not catching that. But they could work up to that 3 seed with Philly. Philly is at 23-12, Milwaukee at 25-12. That's why I always thought about Milwaukee's record. And I think I said this during our live stream. Their record is very fooling. Like, yeah, they're 25-12, but if you watch their games, they still haven't figured it out. The defense is horrible. Dame has been a little inconsistent this season. Giannis is obviously doing his thing, and they have an aging Brook Lopez, who's still playing very well.
But
it needs to be sustainable. Defensively, yes, he is killing it. But we have to make sure it's sustainable. Also, Dame, with this history of injuries, Dame goes down, it's just ball it up and throw it in the trash. It's nothing. Because then they have to rely on Pat Connaughton
Fuck Pat
being their
Connaughton, bro.
then they have to
So
rely on Pat
overrated.
Connaughton being their point guard. No, I stand corrected. Not Pat Connaughton because he plays shooting guard. They have to rely
Former
on
Bulls, baby.
Cameron.
Campaign.
They have to rely on Campaign being your point guard. Dame goes down, bro. Milwaukee is in so much shit that I don't know. It would just be horrible. But I do not have faith in Milwaukee. I think New York would destroy him in a playoff series. And New York did destroy him on destroys a little like over dramatic as I'm trying to get some clicks and views here. Let me be. But
no shame in that.
No, not at all. But the Knicks played the Bucks on Christmas and destroyed them without OG Anunoby. And Giannis had a stellar game.
With the Knicks, after they got OG, they've been 5-0. They just beat the Trailblazers. And
big win.
Yeah. And dude, OG's been like really good for them on the floor, man. I think in his first 100 minutes, he was like plus 70 something on the floor, and he's just fit in very seamlessly into their team. He's gonna add a lot to the defense. They're just gonna be a tough team to beat in the playoffs, I think. Like we said, Milwaukee, they're not looking great. I think the Knicks can go toe to toe with about almost everybody besides the 76ers and the Celtics in the playoffs. But I did want to say is I did have Knicks as a dark horse, I think.
You did. Roll the clip.
Yeah. He
Roll the
did
clip.
have that in there.
But that was before OG.
One thing about OG, though, on the Knicks is he doesn't draw. He commits a lot of fouls.
First game he fouled out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
First game he fouled out. The second game he had to come out a little bit early in the first quarter because he picked up 2 early fouls. He's a great defender. He plays defense very hard, but sometimes it can be a little bit of a curse because you do have more of a chance to pick up fouls, going for those steals, going for those blocks. If he can just tweak that up a little bit so he can make himself more available to play minutes in a game, I think they can find themselves being very successful, especially under the legend Coach Tibbs.
I know you don't, when you say that, you don't mean that it's a huge issue, but you think that is something that plays a role in the team just kind of pushing right over that hump, or like not hump because they're not in a hump, but like right over that edge.
I mean, the more fouls you pick up early in the game, the less available you're going to be, especially in crunch time too. If you foul out late in the fourth quarter and the team really needs you out there to guard their best player, it's very much going to affect like the outcome of most games, playoff series, and so on.
Yeah. I guess what I meant was like you see him as a player that is needed in that way. Like that is very crucial to them in late minutes.
They didn't trade for him for no reason.
There's also another player that the Knicks are interested in, and it is former Celtic Malcolm Brogdon. So they might make a trade for him, and he might.
Shout out MTP, man. I don't know if y'all watched the latest video, but he talked about that.
Yeah, I mean,
how y'all feel about DeJounte Murray though?
There's rumors that the Spurs are interested in him.
Yep.
I saw that before we started shooting today, that the Spurs are slightly interested in DeJounte Murray.
I mean, you might as well. He was an all-star in San Antonio.
He was, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about him. But another player whose name has been everywhere, it seems like, in the trade talks, is Pascal Siakam. And the Kings were very interested in him and proposed a trade for Pascal Siakam.
They proposed one?
But they proposed a trade to him. But he told the Kings, I will not re-sign here after this season.
That was
and so the Kings backed off.
What the fuck?
They proposed a trade for Pascal, and Pascal said, if I go here, when I'm a free agent at the end of the season, I'm not coming back. So unless he reaches into his Kawhi Leonard bag,
yeah, I was gonna say,
and wins a fucking ring, Then the Kings definitely made the right choice not trading for him.
Bro, think he the claw. What the hell?
I think it's because he probably wants to be on a team where he's going to have a significant role, but that's in a much better position than the Toronto Raptors.
I mean, the thing is, in Sacramento, I feel like he would. Like Sabonis doesn't put up that many shots in a game.
Yeah, he's the hardest over under for points, bro. You just
So
never
difficult.
know.
So difficult. It pisses me off. But Sabonis holds a lot more value than scoring for the team. Rebounds extremely well. He dimes up, plays pretty solid defense, and he moves the ball very well. He's a very good playmaker. So I feel like he wouldn't really have an issue passing up shots for Pascal Siakam. Maybe he might, but I feel like that really wouldn't be all that bad of a scenario. Pascal Siakam offers a lot of versatility, both offensively and defensively, and the Kings could use that.
If you found the question marks in the comment section below, comment down below, free Daniel so we can renew his visa.
What I want to know is, where does Pascal Siakam want to go? Why does he not tell the Raptors, like, I want to get traded here, and the Raptors trying to make a trade for that? Because if he's not going to resign with a team, that's going to factor a lot of a team trying to trade for him. If I was a franchise and I'm trying to trade for him, and I know that he's probably not going to resign with me, or there's a chance that he might not resign for me, and have him only for half of the season, it's not really worth it for me to trade for him.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you guys too is where can you see Pascal Siakam? Because genuinely, like, that's a genuine question. I really don't know where this guy can go and make an impact and like really help a team contend. Not saying that Pascal Siakam's not a great player because he is, but what team could use Pascal Siakam right now?
Well, Kevin, I'm very glad you asked because I have seen a lot of rumors coming out very recently that the Warriors are keeping a close eye on him. And I don't hate that trade, although I do see him kind of ending up somewhere else that probably would be a better area for him, somewhere where he wouldn't immediately leave. Because I think if you were to join the Warriors, his stay probably wouldn't be too long, just because he's been pretty adamant about the fact that he's not going to be anywhere too long. But specifically with the Warriors, they're a team that needs a lot of not rebuilding, but they need a lot of attention and they need a lot of work to get back to where they used to be. And that being said, I think Siakam has some advantages to offer that team. And especially, you're playing with Curry. So it's not like it's a lose-lose situation like you're going to the worst team. You're still going to play alongside the best shooter the league has ever seen. So yeah, I mean, I do like him on the Warriors, and it's looking like I don't know if you guys have seen just a bunch of those basketball accounts, that spit out a lot more information than we do on a daily basis, are just kind of playing around with trade ideas, and a lot of them seem to be, not terrible and things that the Warriors could actually look at. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I like Pascal Siakam on the Warriors.
Yeah, they do have two contracts that are expiring soon with Wiggins and Moses Moody. So definitely something could happen with Toronto and the Warriors. The Warriors did say that they're hesitant to trade Jonathan Kuminga, and I don't blame them for that. I would want to keep Kuminga, but it seems like he was complaining about his minutes. So I don't know how much weight that's gonna hold. And a place that I can see Pascal Siakam go to, and I would kind of like to see him go to, is this team has been active in the offseason. They're trying to make their team better. It seems like they're really trying to build around Luka Doncic, and that's the Mavericks. I don't think it'd be a bad fit for him. I think he'd add to their team. He'd help them out defensively because they're not too great on the defensive end.
Yeah, I'd love to see Kyrie in Toronto as well when that trade happens inevitably. But no, the word I was looking for was paradox. It's a paradox with Pascal Siakam because he won't re-sign with the Kings because he wants a bigger role, but he's already proven that he can't win as the second best player on a team. Now that's a little shaky because he won. I'd say he was probably the third or fourth player in 2019 after Lowry Kawhi and potentially Van Fleet. But it's been a shaky couple seasons for the Raptors, and I think his time has definitely run its course. And I don't see why he would outright refuse to re-sign with Sacramento, because that just kills his trade stock for any team that's interested. You know, it's crazy because like Pascal Siakam, we want you, but the caveat is you're obviously not going to be our top guy. You're damn near, give or take, Scotty Barnes, the top guy in Toronto right now, and you guys are like not doing anything, even when they had OG Anunoby. So I don't know, man. I think that's just crazy because he didn't really, like, just personally, he didn't strike me as a guy who would outright refuse to resign somewhere. He always struck me as like kind of a humble person. But yeah, I love this pod because I always hear like brand new news that I did not hear previously. So that took me by surprise for sure.
What do we think about Pascal in Indianapolis?
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean that's not.
It kind of popped into my mind while you guys were talking because like I genuinely didn't have a team in mind of where the fuck this guy could go, and it just
Yeah.
popped in my mind for some reason.
Well, I mean, he also didn't say he wants to go to a team where he wants to be the lead like the lead star on a team. So I don't know, but I do kind of like the Pacers too.
The thing is he can go play for the Pacers and put up the most shots. Tyrese Halliburton's Mr. Assist.
It's true.
That's what Instagram says, at least. It could work there. They're a good enough team to make the playoffs.
Who runs the four for them? Who starts? Is it
I think it's
Toppin?
Obi.
Or do they run like a kind of a small ball lineup type thing?
It seems like some games they
Oh.
have different lineups.
Yeah, right now the current lineup is Tyrese, but he's hurt, so it's probably be Andrew Nemhard. Then it's Bruce Brown, Aaron Naismith, Jalen Smith, and Miles Turner. And then
Jalen
Obi's coming
Smith.
off the bench.
Yeah, so their current starting four is Jalen Smith, who's a stretch big. It's just, I don't know, man. I like the idea. On one hand, Pascal fits in so seamlessly because he could stretch the floor, he could play within an offense, and he'll play defense. He'll play both ends, and he doesn't have to be the top guy. But on the other end, I feel like Indiana is so good just because everyone knows their role. It's like Tyrese, and then pretty much everyone else on the team is just on an even level. I don't know if bringing in another star is going to kill all that momentum they have. I feel like it would almost be better to just get slightly better role players and call it a day and let this team develop more because they are extremely young, rather than get a full outright star right now. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, I actually like your point a lot. And I do agree with it. I think that I don't hate, Pascal Siakam going to that team, but I just think that he would fit better with a team of, like I said, like in the Warriors case, a team maybe with more experience and guys that have been in the league for a little bit longer, as opposed to, like you said, playing with a lot of younger guys. I just kind of see that as a situation that may not play out the way that we would hope. But that being said, it could. Who knows? That would be a lethal offense for the Pacers. But I do like what you said. I think it would be better to just focus more on better role players.
That offense just like clicks right now, bro. Like everyone knows their role. Everyone can stretch the floor. Like I feel like just having a player like Siakam, even if he isn't necessarily ball dominant, is just like almost taking too many possessions, then it might kill the flow of their offense. I'm afraid if they destroy, the grease in their gears on offense, if they like hinder that, then their team's going to struggle a lot because they don't play the other end either. So I don't know.
I will add though, like one of the reasons why I kind of advocate for him going to Indy is because Indy doesn't have that second guy on their team to go get them a bucket. Shit, to be honest, Tyrese isn't even really that guy in crunch time to go get them a bucket.
It's damn near TJ McConnell, bro.
He's more so instructed of making a play, whether it is him scoring or it is him trying to find an open shooter, drive and kick it the way he plays. they don't really have that guy in crunch time to, all right, get him the ball, get a bucket. Don't fucking pass it. Don't do no crazy shit. Score. Yes, Tyrese can score. Of course he can. But that's not his play style. So that's like one of the advocate, like why I think that he would fit in with Indy pretty well. It's because, like you said, he's not ball dominant, and they are playing very good right now. Those guys, they play very well with each other on the offensive end, but in defense, they're pretty much non-existent. Pascal Siakam can probably play defense than 1 through 4 in the starting lineup on the Indianapolis Pacers. He's not like he's an insane defender, but it would help, I think, a little bit in some areas. He can definitely guard a lot of wings.
Yeah, I wanted to say, do you guys think that with Pascal Siakam, if he was to go to Pacers, just hypothetically, do you guys think he would ultimately affect their like the way they play? Because they have such a fast offense, they're putting up high points a game, and I feel like when Pascal Siakam has the ball, he's kind of a little bit ball dominant. He's spinning in the post. You know, do you think that he'll affect that Pacers style of play?
Yeah, like that's exactly the point I was trying to make is like I feel like if they're gonna swing for the fences and go for a star, that like Siakam or not, that's gonna mess up the flow of their offense, I think. So if you're gonna commit to a star and you're gonna risk giving up the oil on offense that's keeping those gears turning, you might as well swing bigger because I don't think that a core of Tyrese and Siakam is enough if you're gonna swing for the fences. I think you'd have to go after someone better.
You know who I think this would just came to my head. You know who I think would be a really good fit for the Pacers at the 4 spot is Aaron Gordon. I think he'd fit there really good.
Y'all think Gordon would fit better than Siakam?
I
Uh,
just
yeah, for what they want,
Really?
if we're agreeing that the Pacers shouldn't go after a second star like Siakam, then yes. If the Pacers, if you're asking me whether or not to get Siakam or Gordon, I would probably go Siakam, but I don't think it would be worth it to trade for either unless they're established. Like
Okay.
it wouldn't make sense to go for Aaron Gordon now. It would make sense to get the star and then go for Aaron Gordon, if that makes sense. But I don't think he'd be a bad fit.
I don't
I
think he'd be a bad fit, but I feel like he just doesn't fit the mold of that team because I think they play a little bit more fast for his liking, and he can't really shoot. A lot of the people on the Pacers can shoot. Like most of their team can hit a three. Aaron Gordon, yes, he can hit a three, but he's not looking for that.
that's true.
Like you
I
can't
was
just
just
stick him on the 3-point line like they do all of their starters, pretty much 1 through 5.
I was mainly thinking of him as playing that dunker spot because he's been playing very well in Denver, playing that role there. And I feel like with Tyrese, he can get a lot of assists driving down the lane, and then Aaron Gordon is cutting baseline, and he can just throw him easy lobs. That's the main reason I was thinking. And then even in transition, I think he'd be effective.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely easier said than done, but he is also on Denver, which is just an insane team 1 through 5. Like he fits into that system so well because, he has Jokic, he has Murray. He's probably not even the fourth option in that starting lineup offense. I think MPJ is definitely ahead of him, but it's fun conversation.
Yeah, I'm willing to have that conversation eventually. I mean, I mean, he's just a better Obi Toppin, let's be honest. Aaron Gordon is
Aaron,
Obi Toppin, but like the Target version, not like the Kmart, you know?
in a way, I feel like the Pacers are kind of the Kmart version of the Nuggets.
The Nuggets are way better defensively though. But yeah, I could definitely see
Yeah,
where
that's
you're
why they're
coming
the
from.
Kmart version.
Yeah.
Aaron
Okay.
Gordon's
I
way
can
better
see
than
where you're
Obi
coming
Toppin.
from.
It's not bad.
All right, and that is going to be an end to Good Morning Let's Basketball. We appreciate you guys tuning in if you've made it this far. Thank you guys for the support as we kick off the new year. We want to thank you for everything and thank you for supporting us this far. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.